Hi friends, this is Julie Tillman. Welcome to my channel. Today I am taking part in an inspiration hop with my fellow Not Too Shabby design team members. We are showcasing the April subscription products, and this month I'm working with the Paper Pad Club, which is two 6x6 paper pads, and one of them has a beautiful cut-aparts and the other one has an add-on ephemera. And then I am also working with the stamp of the month, which is Bloom with Happiness, and it's just an adorable set. It has this cute little bunny, some Converse with flowers, and a cup with flowers. So that's what I'm going to be working with. I have a couple cards to share with you, and then we're going to make a little mini book. So the first card I'm going to share uses the Denim Spring paper collection as well as the add-on Springtime Denim Ephemera. And I just cut a piece of paper into two little panels for my layout and left some white space. Then I added a collage of the ephemera and a sentiment from the Stamp of the Month. This collection coordinates with the Blue Spring Awakening PET tape, and the other paper pad in the Paper Pad Club coordinates with the Sunshine and Petals PET tape. So that is really fun that we have some stickers to coordinate with this collection. I used two of the butterfly stickers here around my sentiment banner, and just finished off with some sparkly enamel dots, and I just really love the way this card came out. So I have two more cards to share using the Flowers of Spring paper pad and the cut-aparts from that paper pad. They both have little mini books. This one I made a little side pocket for it to tuck into, just slide it in there, and then I used a butterfly ephemera piece and just put foam on the top part so that it can be the little closure for the book. I added a sentiment and some sparkling enamel dots. And for the book, I did round the corners on this one just with the corner rounder, and I inked up the edges with a little bit of a vintage photo ink. And then I decorated the pages with the Sunshine and Petals PET tape. And then I used the butterfly and the cup from the cut-aparts and did a little paper binding and stamped the sentiment from the Stamp of the Month onto the little mini book cover. So that just tucks into the little pocket. I added a little thumb hole punch there, and you can just slide it under and it all stays shut, and that's a fun card. So this card also uses the same paper pad, and I used the You Brighten My Day sentiment from the Stamp of the Month and a little cut apart from the paper pad, and then a postage die with some of the papers in the paper pack. Then I made a little closure with a tiny fastener, like paper clip kind of a fastener, and some circle punches and one of the PET stickers. For the vertical panel, I just put foam tape on either end so that I could slide the book in and then add the closure. And this is just a similar layout to the very first card I showed with two panels. And I just really love the way these mini books come out, and they're so easy, so I'm going to show you how to do it. We can get two mini books out of a 6x6 piece of paper. So you just cut it in half at 3 inches by 6 inches, and you can make two books. And then you just want to make sure, if you have a directional pattern on either side, that you cut so that it will be horizontal when you flip through the book. I also have a 1 1/8 inch by 6 inch strip of coordinating paper that I cut at 3 inches to do our little binding. And then I chose some copy paper. It's just regular copy paper. And I have about, I think, 4 sheets, so it would make 8 pages. and it is 2.75 inches. No, it's 2 7/8 inches by 5 3/4 inches. And that is just so that there is a little margin around the inside. I'm going to score this at 3 inches. And you just want to definitely make sure that your paper's going the right direction. So when you open it up, it's going to look right. And so doing the same thing, score at 3 inches and fold and burnish. And then I'm going to take the 1 1/8 inch strips. We're going to make a binding, and we want to give a little wiggle room in the middle. So we are scoring 1/2 inch from either side, leaving a little 1/8 inch gap so that there will be a little room for the book to close and open and close. I use this little stylus when I do like these kind of scoring projects because you want a small groove. If you have like a big wide groove for your score line, it makes it a little harder to get those 1/8 inch gaps. So I've just found that the stylus works a little better when you're doing your close folding like this with a little tiny gap. So we're just folding that in, burnishing each side. And then we're going to glue that onto our little mini book. So we're just going to repeat this process again of folding along the score lines and burnishing so that we can make our binding, and then we are going to bring in our copy paper sheets and just fold them in half. You could score them in half if you wanted. I just think it's easy enough to eyeball it and just do the folding without scoring. So we do that for both books, and then we're going to center that within our book covers. Okay, so then you want to make sure that you have it lined up in the center and have that little border all around, and then you're going to take your stapler and staple right in the center, a very simple, basic binding, and those are the kind of projects I like. And then our little paper binder is going to just cover the spine and that staple. On this book, I did put a simple pocket in there and added some of the cut aparts, and then I covered up the staple in the center with some washi tape. It doesn't really bother me to have a staple there in the center, but if it does bother you, you can always use something to add it on, to add over it to cover it up. I'm just using some score tape on either side of this little binding, and then I'm going to give myself a little wiggle room with some liquid adhesive so that I can get it all lined up straight. And I usually put it upright on my desk so that I can get that lined up, and then just glue it down. So you can add some peel off strips for a little contrast with your between your binding and your cover, or you could add some inked edges or whatever you want. It's kind of up to you what style you want to do it. You could round your corners if you wanted. I did that on 1 or 2 of the books, but I didn't do it for this video. I'm just going to finish up this second book, and then we're going to get to decorating. So as I mentioned earlier, this video is part of an inspiration hop. You can find a link to the collab playlist so you can play all the videos in the hop and get some great inspiration from my teamies. That link is in the description box, as well as a link to the giveaway. There is a giveaway for a $25 gift code to the Not Too Shabby shop. And so that's fun, and I will have links to the products in my description box as well. Now I just put that closure there so that I can decorate. I'm just going to put on some music and finish up making these 2 books. I will catch you at the end. So here we have our finished projects. I am just loving these little mini books. You could make them any size, but I do like that you can get 2 from 1 6x6 piece of paper. These books are so versatile. You could put quotes in them, you could stamp them, you could add stickers to them, ephemera, write little notes to people. I just think it's a nice little thing to tuck in, and I like having it on a card so that it could be removed, but it's also decoration for the card. So I hope that you enjoyed this. If you do decide to make one, I would love to see what you make. So just drop me a line and let me know you made one, and I'll come take a look. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I'll catch you on the next one.